Hello, Internet. It's been a while since I've been able to get to make a video, and I decided to use what I've been actually working on, which is CodeForces. And CodeForces is a competition, a programming competition to help you expand on algorithms and contests. And by teaching high school, I have a lot of students that like to do competitive programming. So, um, I'm going to be showing off a little bit about CodeForces, how it actually works. I'm going to be doing one problem today, and then I'm going to be doing actually every contest, but I'm going to break them up in separate videos for you guys. I also decided to put you guys to record my face this time. Um, so I don't know if you guys were expecting what I look like, whatever, but it is what it is. But I figured that since I'm going to be showing you guys my face on CodeForces, might as well show you guys on the video. So just give you a heads up, once you log in, you can kind of see what's going on. My rating's not entirely very high because I've really only been doing competitive programming for about a year now. I've been coaching a team for a little bit longer, so I've been have a little bit more experience with the with contests, but I really have not had a chance. Let me go throw this out of the way. Oops, that's getting bigger now. Boom, go away. There you go. So this is kind of what this is my contest history. So you guys can take a look. My rating goes up and down, up and down, up and down. I am so close to an expert rating, but hopefully I'll get that on Wednesday. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you our last contest. I solved 3, so I'm only going to be doing those 3 out of the 5 problems that we've had. So I'm sorry if you wanted to go further, but this gives you guys a good jumping off point of where we're at. So if I click on contests, you will be able to see everything that we've done, and I will be solving everything live for you. So you guys, you won't see like a pre-made solution. So let's go over here to problems. Now right now I can see how many people have solved it since these problems have been released. So this right here should be the easiest problem out of all of them. So we're going to click on this one. And it's been a week since I've solved this problem, so we'll take a look at it again. So I am horrible with pronouncing names. I think this is Vanya. Vanya and his friends are walking along the fence of height H. Okay, so they don't want to notice a guard. In order to receive archive, okay. So basically, the idea behind this particular problem is you have a bunch of people walking behind a fence, and they need to know how long the fence can be to hide everybody. If someone's taller than the fence, they need to duck down, so they count as 2 people. They take the width of 2 people. So the idea here is we are going, and the person's never going to be twice the height of the fence, which is something that you're going to see in the bounds. So once you guys understand the problem, and it took me a little while to read and actually comprehend this the very first time, but you need to also take a look at the parameters. So n is the number of friends, and I could have up to 1,000 friends. That's pretty cool. And the height of the fence, it can be up to 1,000 as well. And then it will contain n friends, and the item is equal to the height of the person. So I could technically have a 2,000 height friend, which is kind of cool. Oh, I don't know what type of measurement we're using, but that's pretty neat. And they give you some test data here. So we're given 3 friends, one's 4, one's 5, one's 14. So the idea here is this would count as 1 because this guy could stand behind the fence. This guy can also stand behind the fence. And this person will need to duck down behind the fence because he's taller than the 7 of the fence. Okay, these are all shorter or all the same height as the fence, so they can duck down. And this one here, taller, 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 until we get to the 5. So that's why they have that. Now, if you guys still don't understand, sometimes they give you these really cool notes of explaining what the sample data really means. So let's get programming on this. Now, once you get really good at this particular problem, it should only take you about 2 to 5 minutes to read, comprehend, and type it up and submit this problem. So let's take a look at this. It's very, very easy problem. I already have um, the solution already ready to go, the main method at least. So let's keep on going. Since I am primarily a Java programmer, I'm going to use scanner. Now, on contests, scanner generally might not be the best thing to use because it is kind of slow. Is something we have called a faster scanner, but in this particular problem, in this particular video segment, we're not going to be using it for some of my code. So I'm going to take the scanner in because I'm only going to be taking in at max only a couple thousand variables. So the very first thing I'm going to do in here is I am going to take in these two numbers, and that's going to be n, which is going to be an integer because it needs to be scan.nextInt, and because it's only going to be less than 1,000. Be careful with the bounds because if it's larger than 10 to the 9th power, you most likely need to use a long instead of a integer. And we're also going to take the height. Again, it's the maximum of 1,000, so we're of int h equals scan.nextInt. So once we get those those things in, we can pretty much calculate the answer. So the way we're going to be using this is I'm going to create a long answer. Now, I believe the maximum this could be is 2,000. So I could have used an integer. Doesn't really matter. I use longs mainly because of safety issues, because there's a lot of overflowing errors that could go wrong in CodeForces. We'll see that on the B problem, because really that screwed a lot of people up during the actual contest. So we're gonna loop this one n times because that's going to be how many times we're going to need to read n this second line. So what we're going to do is we're going to read this in. It's only going to be maximum of 2h, which could be 2,000. So we're going to have, we'll call this one A, and then we'll do scan.nextInt. Now, if A is taller than h, meaning this is the person taller than h, then we're going to add 2 to the answer. The reason why we're doing this is we're trying to create a, these are the people that have to duck down to go underneath the fence. If they are shorter, or if they're as tall or shorter than the fence, we're just going to be adding 1 to answer. Once we are done doing this, we'll loop through it each and every time. That's what that for loop is for. We just need to print out the answer. So I'm just going to print out answer. Now I could just use print, not println. I don't know why. I use println. I think it's out of habit. So it doesn't really matter either way though. So let's do this one. And paste that in. I got a 4. Perfect. We can always test this out. Now we'll put this one in. That one is equal to 6. And we'll put this one in here. Now for competition programming, you really should be testing out to make sure that not only the test cases work, but there's going to be times when you're going to not have the entire test data. So you need to figure out, hey, did I end up making test out the limits? Maybe I should test out 1,000 numbers at this value. Should I take the minimums? What could things break on this, or special cases that we have? So you really need to be looking at that. Do it on paper, then make sure that your answers are correct. You can't really just assume that it's correct, because what's going to happen is when we're going to submit this, they're going to test out hundreds of different possibilities of this. So there's a couple ways of doing this, of submitting. I'm just going to copy this over and I'm going to click submit code. There is a way on the other side just to submit it, but I'm going to make sure that this is okay here. Now you could also upload the file as well. But just copy and paste. I'm using Java 8. is problem A, hit submit. And now we're running our test cases. And they'll see once you get the accepted, then it's been correct, and you can keep on moving forward. This one here ran a little bit slower than my last one. Doesn't really matter, it finished within time. And if you ever want to take a look at your data, see what you guys got wrong or what you guys got correct, what are the test data that they're giving you. So you can click on there, you'll see your pieces of code, and you'll see all the judgments that they're going to be giving you. So this is the test data, this is what my program got, that's what the correct answer is. And you can see, in this particular case, they tested it 29 times. You're going to see sometimes it's going to be 1,000, or not 1,000 times. I've never seen that. I've seen at most like 150. So I have seen it go above 100 before. So make sure that whatever you're doing, it's accurate for especially all the different possibilities that could be given. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to be doing B in just a few moments. And that's when you're going to see why we ended up putting long for answer. In this particular case, it doesn't really matter because the numbers never got very big in terms of the expected output. I think the max was 2,000. But we'll see why and on B, because B gets a little bit complicated as well. It's not a very hard problem, but a lot of people ended up getting it wrong. In fact, I took advantage of it because they all have what they call hacking in the next episode. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys like this new format with me in the video. Yeah, thank you guys so much and have a great day. I'll see you guys next time.